Hey guys, so I'm Chris Beck, as some of you know, and this is my final project. It's called Reely Good Films. It's a pun I can spell. About me, I'm a lifelong tree hugger, bookworm, and newly addicted Code Wars enthusiast. As some of you guys saw me here until like 8 p.m. on a Friday, just doing that for like 6 hours when I could have been doing my project. So yeah, that'll explain some of this. Web developer since June. Before that, I have been teaching as a grad student and then as a high school teacher since 2013. And then my family is pretty much all science and biology people. My dad always says I'm a biologist since birth because that's his obsession. So I was doing that professionally briefly. So now my new tools of the trade, I used in my project Node.js, JavaScript, Angular, and MongoDB. So it's going to be a full stack application. And it's the computer. The computer is doing that. Oh, I guess it doesn't like this page. Okay. So this is my third project in Ironhack, and my first two ended up kind of looking a little bit not that great in terms of how they looked, although they did a lot of cool stuff. So the first one was the game, and my game was Mazork. The second app, this is what I presented. So I wanted to keep my promise to make it look better in the end. So I came up with this idea of doing a movies app so I could use cool images from movies. And I have a problem with movies where I like these comic book movies that they come out with a million sequels of. And it's hard to keep track of which one you've seen. So like there's 18 Avengers movies that exist. So I made this app where you can make a wish list of what you want to see, and you can favorite movies, and you can also keep a list of what you've already seen. You can also search for movies a couple of different ways, and you can leave reviews and comments visible to other users. And in doing this, I used express routes. I used something called the movie database as an API with all the pictures. And just all of this stuff, I made my own pipe for dates. I, got more familiar with all these things, and I learned to console log everything all the time. All right, so here's my demo. See how this goes. All right, so somebody yell out a movie. Any movie.
Any day.
All right, heard the Hunger Games. So you search for the Hunger Games. It's just like super simple search. It comes up with everything with that title. So that's like the first functionality I have on here. You can also do a discovery search where you put in, like, let's say if you like the Hunger Games, you probably like adventure. And maybe like family movies also. All right, so you can look for both those genres, and you want something recent like 2018, let's say. Let's see what we get in that category. So it's kind of just an advanced search feature, but if you're logged in, so let's go ahead and make a user. We'll make Cool Boy. He's making a lot of accounts today. All right. So now we are logged in, and let's see. Let's find a movie. All right. We want to see a crime documentary. Find movie. All right. So Cool Boy can add some of these crime documentaries to his favorites, wish list. And maybe that's not really his thing. Maybe he's more into like comedies from this year. All right. So he's got a bunch of stuff. He's seen this one, whatever, just adding some stuff. All right, let's look at his profile. You see in his profile view, he has our default image on Really Good Films, Captain Picard. And he's like got his favorites and all these ones he's seen. So I'm going to go to one that I know I have a review of so you guys can see the review thing. So Kill Bill, let's go ahead and see that. So Cool Boy now can see these reviews. The other users on here have left of Kill Bill. All right, I love this movie. This is my favorite movie of all time, written by the Chris. That's not me. And then I agree with myself, also not me. So Cool Boy, he didn't like this movie. I hated it. It ruined my life. All right, and he gives it still 3 stars because he's reasonable. All right, and it shows up right there. And then I can comment on it. And for comments, you can see I had to go to a whole new page because things get really a little tricky and angular when you try to create stuff like with these little views. I don't even know what my comment's going to be. I agree with myself, says Cool Boy. All right, so that submitted it, and it has to return to this page so you can actually see it. And, oh, okay, I agree. There we go. All right, so that's pretty much what this app does. So keep track of your movies, and one of the challenges I had was that in this profile view, what this app is doing, because I decided to just push the API ID and nothing else to the array of the user. That means there's no title stored on my database, there's nothing. The only thing that I'm storing on my user's database is this number. So every time I want to look up a movie based on what my users have stored, it has to make an API call. So this page just now made like 8, 10 calls to that API in 0 seconds. So fortunately, this API, the movie database API is really cool, and it lets me do that. But that was bad. The search way I did it was better, and I should have stored like the titles or the image or something like that as well, so I could display it without making a bunch of API calls. So that's something I would do different. And that's it. Thank you.